Good afternoon, esteemed traders and investors. Today is Thursday, November 13th. I present to your attention another market review for Forex. As always, I'm glad to be here with you today. So, let's go over Thursday. Today we have important news for the pound, GDP, and in the evening the core consumer price indices, which is basically inflation in the United States, as they say. After the shutdown, it seems like the news flow has resumed, but I don't see any non-farm payrolls scheduled for tomorrow. But today there will also be initial jobless claims released at the exact same moment as the inflation data. Funny, but things like that do happen. Let's take a look at what we can trade on the charts. Let's go. So, as expected, gold prices moved through the $4,140 level yesterday, breaking out to the upside with some momentum. Today is the inflation release. Congratulations to those who participated in the rally on this instrument, trading the breakout from that level. That's great, but right now the instrument is sitting in a zone that's roughly a short-term reversal area. A significant one for today. Important data from the US will be released. At this moment, I wouldn't get involved here. I think that after the inflation data, we might see some profit taking the instrument could correct. The euro-dollar pair has become very interesting. The day before yesterday, we had a short-term reversal. Yesterday, the Americans pulled back a bit from it, but today the Asians picked it up from the long reversal zone. And you can see that the instrument is clearly holding the long reversal, which is definitely a bullish trend, but it wouldn't be a bad idea to carefully consider shorts as well if we believe in this short structure and further decline of the instruments. This could happen if the inflation data comes out today in favor of strengthening the US dollar. Such a scenario is quite possible, entering a trade in the euro-dollar pair. A similar situation, but not as technical. Overall, the instrument is also in a downward trend. But the trend is already old, and a reversal could happen at any moment. At the moment, I don't see any interesting trading ideas for this instrument. Today, there's the GDP release for the pound. Of course, the instrument might see some volatility here. The Australian dollar continues to be bullish, so to speak, but it's doing this within the range. I'm showing wave 4 inside the short wave that took place 2 to 3 weeks ago. And if today there are noteworthy news reports for the dollar due to inflation, we could see the decline continue. I hope that's what happens, because there's already quite a significant amount of money at the bottom here, and no one has touched it for a very long time. I hope there will be some interesting scenarios here, specifically short ones, because the instrument is growing very sluggishly, even so. Buyers haven't been knocked out for half a year now, you could say since April for sure. It's strange, usually the market doesn't forgive things like this. Looking for real trading advantages? Forex offers the lowest spreads and commissions. For major currency pairs, our conditions are more favorable, spreads are lower, and the commission is only $5 instead of $7. That's real savings for every trader. And now, let's get back to our market overview. The dollar is moving within a channel inside a range, and you can see it on the H4 chart. I'm interested in the boundaries, but so far, the instrument hasn't reached them. The dollar-yen continues to be bullish, showing a powerful long trend. It's definitely better not to go against such a locomotive. But even on long breakdowns, it doesn't fall, and it's not possible to catch it on a pullback. So for now, we just watch it head north with a sad look. As for oil, oil has broken its long structure and is trading lower. We tried to buy it twice. One time was successful, the other was not. But we are still holding short positions from the 61.48 level, and this could lead to a breakout. Its historical values are much lower, so there's still room to fall. The Venezuelan stories aren't over yet, but the short structure has been confirmed, and if we get good prices, at the very least, you can play for a drop from the breakdown zone. As for Bitcoin, the instrument continues to decline, 103,000 hovering around the 100 mark. If you're really a fan of buying crypto, though there are fewer and fewer of those, don't set your stop just above 100 because there will be a breakout here, and I think 98 won't be spared either. This is pretty clear, including on the daily charts. The instrument is stuck to this level, bouncing off it, hugging it. I think sooner or later the breakout will happen. I also want to remind you that every Forex client automatically receives loss insurance. For every $1 of compensation, only $4 of your friend's investments are required. Just submit a request, and your losses will be recovered. Let's continue with the review. As for the American stock market, it's closing, but the week isn't over yet, and there are really strong bullish impulses. The instrument keeps rising, but it doesn't have time to test the long breakdowns, and they're kind of loose. Maybe someone is shaking up this instrument on the lower time frames, but it's falling slowly, while the growth is just catastrophically fast. By the way, let's take a look. Yesterday, by the way, there was a hold of the long breakdown. By the way, if any of you trade long breakdowns on the S&P 500, it would be interesting to see the results. So, regarding the dollar franc, yesterday I had a trading idea to go long from the long breakdown. I showed it a while ago. Here, with the stop at 400, you could already be up 200, but the first profit target should be at least at 1.5. The Canadian dollar franc is also sitting at a long breakdown, and if the dollar strengthens, then the Canadian dollar will also move. And here a third wave could form, which might seriously break this whole bearish trend. And today, friends, with US inflation, miracles can happen. AUD-CAD continues to rise and will most likely update the year's highs for this instrument. Next, I'm interested in the grid trading method. From above, we'll short with a grid of limit sell orders. Step 500. With InstaForex, you can triple your profit. For every $4 of your friend's investments, you automatically get an extra $1 added to your profit, with no extra conditions. NZD-CHF is also pressing on the year's lows if they break a grid of limit buy orders. Step 500. A UD-NZD continues to be bullish. If you haven't been building short positions, use a sell grid, step 500, exit at the mirror level. If you entered lower than step 1000, don't increase the volume. Exit either at break-even or at the same level on a retest from above. EU or CHF continues to put heavy pressure on the 2024 lows with powerful short initiatives. We were waiting for this. Those who waited, well done. Those who didn't, you can try to sell from a pullback at the short breakdown. Let's mark this zone in red instead of green and wait for a retest and further collapse of this instrument. EUR AUD is in a range. I'm interested in prices above. EUR CAD is also showing a flat. We'll sell with a grid of limit sell orders above the current year's highs. We also have a great offer. Fund your account and get a 30% tradable bonus. Trade with additional capital and expand your opportunities with InstaForex. USDRUB is still in a flat and is ready to update the current year's highs with two gorgeous pin bars. Trade with InstaForex, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for new reviews.